See what I want you guys. All right. The meeting is being recorded. All right. So at the top, you put your name at the top. Let's say I put my own name, Joshua. So put it at the top. All right. So please. So I will know that it's your own. All right. Group. Okay. So I told you how to give I said about airline yesterday, which is the outline, like the thickness of your lines, which can be done from here at the top here. Now, a shortcut to do that is by clicking F12 on your keyboard, F12. Now, there are some computers right now. F12 means they are function keys, all right? So there are some keyboards right now on your system. Now, if you look at your system now, on your function keys, some of you have other informations on your function keys like brightness, other things. So sometimes you need to press the Fn and F12. So if you look close to your control key, there should be Fn there. All right. So if you click on F12 and it doesn't work, click on Fn and F12. So this will pop up. So you have to be clicking on something for it to happen. So if you click on this, let's say on anyone, I click on this and I click on F12. This comes up, right? In this place, I can change the color of the airline. So I can change the color of the airline by moving these stuffs. These are not important currently. I'm just showing you them. If you move this line, you can use the color eyedropper also to select colors. Right, as you can see, you can use to select colors, even colors outside the page. You can select colors from outside the page using the color eyedropper. So if I click on this thing now, I can select its color. Then we can increase the airline here and also do all those other stuff we did outside here also, which is this, and select those arrows here too. So F12 offers all those. Then all these ones, you can explore them. So explore them and find out what the other ones do. So you click on OK, as you can see. You see it now. So let's do for the other ones also. F12, 4.0. Let's select another color this time. Let me use this yellow, no, this blue. Let's not go there this time. Let's leave it like this. Nice. So something like this. But not to confuse us too much. Just leave it as black. Everything should be black for now. So after doing this, I want you to export this. Now, exporting means exporting it as a picture so that you will submit it in the group. Now look at this. Before you export it, I want you to draw a box around this your page. So you draw a box over this page that fits the page. Now there's a shortcut for this in CorelDRAW. If you come to this box here, if you tap this box twice, bam, bam, a box automatically appears here. Now you can remove the airline also, remove the airline. Now the reason why I put this box, right? For those who were in class yesterday, I told you about PNG and JPEG. All right. So when you export an image, so if in fact, let me do it here. Let's see. So let me delete this box I drew. So without the box now, if I click on export, let's say I exported to document, where's design class?
Where do you see export? Okay, it's on the top.
Yes. Remember, import, export, import, export. If I click on export and I go to, let's say, this design elements, it should be JPEG. All right. So let's say elements of design. You name it elements of design. Export. So if let's go there and look for it if it's there. Document. Oh, that's not going. Sorry. When you click on export, something like this now comes up. right? So most times when you export, make sure you export as RGB. RGB is the screen you should export in. The quality, make it 100 so that it will be your default setting. Yeah. So if you also look at this, now see what I was talking about. When you export, CorelDRAW is going to cut from where you stopped, from the edge. Look at this. Oh my God, what's going on? So the edge here, this is where the box stopped. The box stopped here. So CorelDRAW is going to cut from that place and export. When I look at this, just imagine that I made that box to be at the back. Remember, I said to make a box appear on the screen. Just tap the box twice, bam, bam, it appears. So now if I export this time and I say elements of design, export. Now look at this one now. You can see that there's like space around the design this time. So that's how it used to be. Now, when we exported also, there's something also I noticed. Look at this. Elements of if you see this now, let us zoom. The circles here are not showing well. You can see them, they are not showing well because the airline is not thick like this ones. So before you export, let's give this ones airlines also. Let's make it like 4.0. So if I export, now we are ready to save elements of design. So after everything, you just click on OK. Now this stuff I've saved like a picture. If you go to your document, you're going to see it. See it here. Elements of design. So what you just need to do now is send this stuff to your phone. All right. Then you submit it in the WhatsApp group. So make sure when you're exporting as JPEG. When you export, don't just press OK. You will see this stuff. You see this save as type. It will be showing you PDF. Some people will show PDF. So don't use PDF. Change it to JPEG. It should be JPEG. 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 Should be JPEG. All right. So let's learn another stuff. So we have touched line, box, and circle. Now I told you that to go to the next page, all right, because you need to be saving this stuff. To go to the next page, you can come down here, look at my mouse, where my mouse is. Now my hand is on page 1. To go to the next page, you can click here and you see insert page after. If I click on insert page after, another page appears, which is page 2. Now that is one way to do it. Now the most easiest way to do it is to just press page down on your keyboard. Let me see if my on-screen keyboard has page down. Yeah, this one, this page down. So we have page up, page down, page up, page down. So if you click on page down, right, immediately you have another page. So if I click on page down, this is what appears. Default. If I click on page down on my keyboard, this shows immediately. So it asks you, how many number of pages are you creating? I just want one. Where should the page come? After or before? After. It's already clicked. So default setting, just click on OK. You have page 2. That is it. All right. So now we'll be going to this next tool, which is the polygon tool. Polygon tool. All right. So it's a very exciting tool. So if you click on the polygon tool and you draw, let's make it equal 3 by 3. 3 by 3. I actually like this 3 by 3. I hope everyone is still here. Some of you like this at your house eating rice. So you are in class. Hope you are following because you will do all these things for me tomorrow in the physical class.
Yes, over here. The 3 by 3. Please, can you repeat? Can you repeat, sir?
Chai. I'll repeat, don't worry. By now, you should understand this thing. I've been doing 3 by 3 since. If you draw a polygon, I was just saying I want to give it size. So you just come here. See where my mouse is. Come here, just say 3 by 3. It doesn't mean that anytime you're doing it, it will be 3 by 3.
Yes, yeah, that's
I
true.
just so I just made it 3 by 3. So that's what I'm saying. So just make it 3 by 3. That's what I'm saying. You understand me? That's what I mean. So now I told you guys that whatever tool that you click on will determine what will be showing at the top here. So currently, a polygon has 5 sides. All right. Polygon has 5 sides. So you can increase this size. So just keep on tapping this arrow to be going 9, 10, 11, forever and ever. You can also reduce it to like 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. So to draw a triangle has 3 sides. So what you should do is just come here, type 3, and enter. That's all. So now we have a triangle, right? So you can go back here again, click on your polygon, draw again, but that would be a waste of time. I told you in design, we don't like uh, we don't have enough time. Designers don't have enough time, so you need to manage your time. So you have to know shortcuts. So what you can simply do is just duplicate this polygon by pressing Control D, right? Or you can use copy and paste, Control C, Control V. Or if your keyboard has the big plus sign, you can use it. So I'll be using Control D. So if I press Control D, sorry, I click on Control D, we have this now, right? So what are we going to do? We just increase it from, since triangle is 3, we increase this one to 4, right? So now we have a kite, right? So this is a kite. Right? So we can hold 2 of them, duplicate it again, bring it down here. So this one now will make it to become 5, which is polygon. Keep maintaining that size of 3 by 3. This one, what should we make? Let's increase. Is there anything different? Can stop here. So you can keep exploring the others. Now you can see how I arrange my screen here. So please make yours to be arranged like this also. So let me duplicate this one. Now this polygon, they are already in curve mode. That's why we are seeing nodes around us. So if I click on my curve tool, you can see all this stuff here. So if I touch these buttons, if I move them, I can create a star from a polygon. So I've turned it to a superstar. So also for this one too, any of them, if you click on this too, you can change it, right? So this stuff are movable. They are movable. Copy it. What I'll do is that. So let me copy this. Just hold on. If you copy this, Control C, right? I want to go to another page. I told you how to go to another page, page down. So I'll paste it, Control V. Now let me use my curve tool. Tap on this. I can create another thing with this. Now after creating this, you can still increase these things. You can keep on increasing it. Just increasing the size, increasing it, increasing it, increasing it. Yeah. So now you know how to create all this kind of stuff. Now, the same way we drag this thing inside, we can keep on dragging it inside to the barest minimum. We can still drag it outside. We can take it outside, take it inside. Just move your mouse. You can still bend it.
This is wonderful.
Very, very wonderful. I like that. So you can move it around any way, anyhow, to create what actually you want to do. right? So you see the kind of thing I've created here. So you can move these stuffs anyhow. So you can also exploit, just keep on bending into different styles, depending on what you want to do. Same with everyone here. You can move this stuff outside. You can move them out, move them in, right? So that is what the curve tool can create for you. So I told you that every tool you have here, there's extra stuff inside. So let's say you don't want to use the polygon to create the star. There's still the star tool inside here. If you click on the star tool, you can draw a star here and still increase it. Yeah. And this one too. So all these stuffs here, all of them, they have their functions. So inside here, we also have a complex star. So this is how a complex star looks like. Can increase it also. Can still use that too to move it. Right. So all these star tools here, they can be moved. This one is impact. I guess we must have come across this. So let's use this one in another page. So if I go down, page down, if I use the impact tool, this impact tool, if I also do like this, something like this appears. So let's say I have a box now. Watch this. As let's say red. So if I set now, as I drew this box now, you see that it is on top of that stuff that I drew, it has covered it. To send it to the back, right? To send it to the back of that, we are going to use shift page down. You're going to tap on shift and page down. So you're going to click on that particular item. So if I click on this box, click on it first, then you have to press shift and page down. So it goes to the back. You see it? So this one now can now come to the front. Can make it white. Are you seeing the effect is created? So we have easily created like a background here. Right? And there's an effect here. You can change how it's looking like. So you can explore all this stuff. Now we have radial and we have parallel. See that? The color draw is very broad. All you need to do is just try out whatever you see in these tools. So after impact, there is graph, right? Graph paper. So let's say you want to create a graph. Now, the moment you click on the graph, this changes. Now we have 4 by 3 here, all right? So let's say you want the graph to be 20. You want to design a graph 20 by 20, right? I don't know how many boxes are in the graph. So you just draw. So you have 20 by 20. Something is wonderful. So here you can change it to 15 and you draw this one this time. So you see the difference. All right, so that is a graph tool there. Then we have the spiral tool. You can see that is this one like active, not this. So you can increase the spiral also. Look at what we have. So if I increase it more, I have something like this. Right. Then after the spiral tool, there's basic shapes. Right. So if you click on basic shapes, something like this comes up. So we have this here, where we have different kind of shapes that you can use. So if I draw this, I have something here. I can go in here, select this one. I can move this stuff. So So there's a lot of tools inside here. Just try them out. Let's leave that to arrow shapes. The same way we have for basic shapes. You check in here, you see different kind of shapes. You select them that you want to use. Right. Then inside the arrow shape, you see have flow chart. So in case you want to create a flow chart, there's a lot of flow chart items inside here. So like I said, you just need to keep exploring them. You see different kind of tools inside of this. So there's no point teaching all this because it's the same way you draw a box, the same way you can still draw all this. What you just need is just select them and you can use them. Let me just clear my screen. We don't need all this. Leave all this for that. Next. So we have talked about shape. The next thing we're talking about here is color, right? So color is color. So color is a powerful design tool, right? It can evoke emotions and set the tone for a design, right? Very powerful tool. So we have a particular class where we talk about color theory, because here we'll just breeze through it. So we'll explore the color wheel, color schemes, and color psychology. So you can go ahead and research on that first off, so that before the class you have an idea of what we'll be saying. Color wheel, color schemes, and color psychology. Right. So color can help the organization of a design. Right. It gives emphasis to specific areas, like I said, like other. So that's a few different properties. We have the hue, saturation, and lightness. Right. A design can have absence of color. That is black and white. I don't know. Most people say black and white, they are not colors. Right? So color can be used sparingly in rainbow, but it tends to work best when there is both a dominant color and a supporting color. So let's say we are creating a brand. For most brands, we have the dominant color and the supporting color. So if MTN dominant color is yellow, the supporting color is black or sometimes white. All right. So most design, your design should not have at least, if we're aligning a color, should have at least more than 3 colors in a particular design. So hue typically references a wavelength of light in color spectrum. So this is a blend from primary colors. So when we say we use RGB, we're talking about red, green, and blue. All right, which is commonly referred to as RGB. So RGB is good for screen design. Screen design. So I mean digital design. So let's say you are designing for on screen. On screen. So your client to see what you are designing with the proper color that you made, you should use RGB while exporting. But when you are printing, printers they print in CMYK. So CMYK means cyan, magenta, black, CMY, cyan, magenta, yellow, and black. So if you are designing, you design in RGB, and well, thank God for the kind of printers we have now, right? So printers are advanced now that when you send an RGB design, they will convert it to CMYK effectively. But most times you have to tell your printer, because if not, let's say you print a banner on your computer screen, the banner is showing red, right? But when you now print it out, the red is showing pink, and the client have paid you for it. I'll assure you, your client will arrest you, right? And that banner you will tie it in your house because nobody will use that banner, right? So you have to be careful while using these colors. So a color can also be in light or dark, right? So it's important to note that while color is global, different cultures have different solutions for colors, right? So for some cultures, white, like I said here, white is depicts purity. Why for others, white depicts death. All right. So you have to be careful why designing. You have to understand what color is this, what color work for, and what color work for this. So when we touch color theory, we'll delve deeper into that. All right. The next thing we'll talk about here is space. Space. Let me look for pictures to explain that. Sorry. Oh my God. Come in. Just hold on. Let me get this space. Where are you? All right. So this is what we're talking about for space. So in design, there's what we call space. So have somebody hold your neck before, like squeezing your neck. The same way somebody squeezing your neck, that same way you can squeeze design. All right, you can choke the design to death. So while designing, we need to be aware of space, which we call white spaces or negative space. So every shape or form has a place in space. As an element of design, space refers to the area above or below the design. So if you look at this sample that I'm showing you here, you can see that there's a space above here, there's space here, there's space here. So why placing elements in design? There should be space around. All right, you should have spaces around the design. There should be spaces around the design. You shouldn't choke the design. Don't choke it in Jesus' name. Don't kill it. You're not a killer. All right. This is my notes. Keep closing. So objects in space can occur in both 2 and 3 dimensions. In 2-dimensional sense, space is about creating the illusion of a third dimension on a flat surface. All right. So you should consider spacing while designing. Like the example I gave. Like now, if you look at this stuff, so you can see that there's spacing around here. There's spacing around there. There's spacing in between, even though this space is not enough. There's space, more space. So spacing helps arrange your design, right? Next thing here is movement, but this one I have GIF. I think I have the video here. This is how stuff is moving. That's GIF. It's not. Yeah. Okay. All right. So movement out in space is particularly useful because it allows forms of shape to move. Not touching it. How many minutes do we have left? 30. So let's see if we can apply this stuff we just talked about in a very simple design. I don't know why this stuff is just covering the whole screen. And this stuff not go up. I need to type something. for something we can just replicate. Don't be so complex. Ah, it'll be so simple. Simple. Hope we have enough time to finish this. This is not what I'm looking for. All right, so remember these assignments, all right? So let's quickly create this. So I think this is a design that can explain all the principles that we explained today. So first things first, you have to draw the box, all right? So I think the size of this is A5, right? It should be A5. So an A5 is half of A4. Half of A5 is A4, right? So double tap your box twice. You have a full paper like this, right? Now the color they are using here, let's copy their color and give you some for free. Now to copy the color of this, because like I told you, black is not black, red is not red. So for us to get the exact color they are using, we use our color eyedropper, which is this color eyedropper here. If we tap on the color eyedropper, we have copied the color, we'll put it inside. That is our curve to and trace this stuff. All right. So this our event, right? So what you use is your text to our event, right? So after doing that, let's just give it a color white so that we know what we're doing. So this stuff actually is a font type. So I wouldn't want to stress you with finding the font. So instead of that, let us use area black, right? So to use area black, you go in here, select area. You see area black here. Select area black, right? So you see now they are together. So we can break them apart. Breaking them apart, you have to press Ctrl K. Now they are separate. So you make this one bigger. All right, hold them together, centralize. Hold it with this also. Press C. Comes to the center. Nice. So we'll copy the color of this also. Pour it inside. Copy the color of this one. I hope you understand how I'm copying this color. Then you draw a straight box like this. Pour it inside. Move the hairline. I don't think I'm liking this font I'm using. Yeah, I think I prefer Century. Use Century Gothic and make it bold. So we can use our ruler to know where the house started from. Okay, this guy, I can't see what they have here, but let's replicate what they have there also. So if you draw the box, what we need to do, you have to convert it to curve, right? Convert to curve. So we'll create our own node here, right? First node one, put another one here, two, put another one here, put another one here, right? So you have to move these two nodes down. So use your mouse and draw something over here, right? You can use your keyboard, tap down, one, two. Instead of that, just use your mouse and drag it. Draw again here, use your mouse and drag it down, right? So we plus it. We duplicate this one also, bring it down. And this one also. Nice. So plus this. I know, but what's in the chat box? Which cross? Please use your voice. I did not draw any cross. So does anyone understand what she's saying? So 31.5.20%. That's another way to copy color. If you click edit, go to copy properties, fill, okay. So I want to copy the black. I say edit, copy properties, select on the black, copies the color. Simple. Then your city. Sandra, what are you doing? So your city. I can't see what you wrote down there and also that one. So you will get the voice recording. Okay, your mic is not showing. I don't know, maybe because let me check. What's your name again? Junior Sandra. The mic is mute. I shall mute you. Host, please kindly unmute the students. They should talk. I thought I was a host of this also. Come on, let me try chatting the host. Host, please unmute my students. Yeah, it's good. If you enter this game, make sure you unmute students. They didn't make me host. No. Scared now. No. It's in there now. May make me host. My idea. So if you create this, then export it also. Just use simple flyer. Export as RGB. That's all. You're supposed to make.
Hello? Hello?
Okay,
Okay.
you can unmute yourself now.
Are you hearing me now?
Yeah, I'm hearing you.
Okay, sorry. I was saying this the line you drew before you wrote the time.
Which of the line?
This time 31 years, the way you curved it.
Okay, let's try it again.
The way you curved it, I was like, how did you get the curving?
Okay, so this is how I did it. When you draw the box, right, you convert it to curve, clicking on Control Q, right? So when you press Control Q, you can now go to your shape tool, right? So as you can see, the only edges at this on this box now is this four corners, 1, 2, 3, 4, right? But for you to be able to get this, you have to create another edge here. So to create another node, you have to tap on this twice. I tap on it twice, 1, 2, I have another edge, right? I tap here again, I tap twice, then I go to this other edge, tap twice, tap here twice also. Now I have extra nodes, right? So now I can use my mouse and hold this place, like I drew a box, kind of like a box shape over these two. Then I can now move it downwards. If I move this one downwards, I can now draw over this one also and move here downwards also. So that was how you can do it. Is that clear?
Okay. I'm not very clear.
It's not very clear. Wow. How else am I going to explain this? I said it is a straight box already. So a straight box cannot be curved. So you have to convert to curve using Control Q. Control Q converts the box to a curve. So you have to create your extra edges because if you are moving, see, you can move all this stuff, you can move them. When it becomes a curve, you can move them, right? So at this point, they are like it's just like this. So you need something here. You have to create another node. Tap it. Tap on the straight line. Like on the line, tap on the line. You create extra node. Tap on the line. Yeah. So now you can now move here downwards. You can move here downwards. Is there anyone that understands that?
Okay.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It's clear.
Yeah. Thank you. So what you do for me, you will do this and this. Oh my God. To height. So you do this with your name on it, export, save it, element of design. Then this other one, export, simple flyer. You can put your name attached to it. So we know your own. Then you submit them in the WhatsApp group. Right. That's it. So the last thing here, two things I'm going to talk about is texture and typography. Currently, this background does not have any texture. So let's put texture to it. So if I click on this box, I come here. No, this where's the fill? Where's our fill? This color red, what I put. I'm coming. Let me change the windows. This color does not have buckets. What's going on? No problem. Let's use F11 instead. So if I click on the box and I click on F11, something like this comes up. Listen, you click on your box, press F11. Something like this comes up. If you come to this side, you will see vector pattern, right? That kind of thing. This one. So these stuff, they are called textures. But please don't use them if they don't make sense. So there are a lot of textures in here. But even me myself, I don't use them, so we'll not be using it. It's nonsense. What we'll use here, we'll create our own texture. Let's use that impact tool I showed you. So if I should draw impact tool here like this, so we can put it on the design. Let's say the color is, let's use ashes. Edit copy properties of this one. All right. So I said, now I'll teach you what we call power clip. Oh my God. And it might look confusing. Now look at this. If I'm to move an object around my screen, I use my left click to move it everywhere, right? But now I want to move this object to be inside this box. Like, for example, let me duplicate this box. Like, look at this. For it to be inside the box, power clip inside. So it has gone inside the box. I can't touch it anymore. Tomorrow I'll show you what I mean by that very well. Because saying here online, you might not really understand what I'm saying. So if I make this very big, so instead of dragging it with my left click, right, I'll use right click and drag it. Drag it and place it on top of the box. And you see power clip inside. It goes inside the box, as you can see. It's not inside the box. Inside the box. So I can even go inside the box by clicking on it and I say edit power clip. I can move this here to the center. And I say I'm done. Remove the airline, delete all these lines.
Can we use this method to design a wedding card, right?
It depends. It depends on your creativity at that point. But this thing that I'm doing here now, it doesn't look like anything like a wedding card. This is just a simple event flyer. But this is just a basic flyer. If I have to do a better flyer, it will be better than this. But what I just did is that I just showed you that with what you have learned today, with just the box, the text, the curve tool, you can create something like this. So I want you to just replicate this. As we go on, if you get a wedding flyer, I will tell you how you design those kind of things. Before we design, we have to make researches before we start all those. So our time is up already. We'll meet tomorrow by 11 here. So please try and be in class. So I will try to get a new SIM today so that I will be on the WhatsApp group and share with you guys the pictures and everything we use in the class.
Is it online?
Tomorrow is a physical class. I
Okay,
explained this
so
at the beginning of the class. We run hybrid classes. Mondays are online. Tuesday is physical. Wednesday, which is today, is online also. Then Thursday and Friday, we'll meet in the class. So it's not a recorded class, it's a physical class by 11. All right, so thank you for your time. Another person will need to use this. Bye.
I have a question.
Ask your question now.
The power click. The power click. Can you show me?
I told you that you might not really understand it yet. Now, I don't finish. At the roundup, I said that you would understand it more in the class. So look at what I said. I said you want to move an object. See how the power clip works. It's just like you have a fridge that the door is transparent, right? So if you put a drink inside the fridge, you know what? Come tomorrow, I'll explain that to you. Another tutor wants to use the Zoom class. So just try and replicate this even without the power clip. All right. We'll see you in class tomorrow. Thank you. Yes, I'll talk to the DSF management. They'll try giving you guys the recording.